Tattoos. Everyone knows about it, and more people are getting it. In 2015, a survey found that a fifth of all British adults were inked, with 30% of 25 to 39-year-olds having at least one tattoo. In this mini documentary series, I interview a tattoo artist and his client to find out whether getting tattoos is truly just a trend or if there's actually something more to it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Do you want to get like your whole body done or?
You know what? I was thinking about that, but then I realized I don't think I'm gonna get my upper arms done, so like
Okay.
up here and whatnot.
Okay.
Maybe I might. I don't know. It's like imagine both of my arms were empty at the start of, exactly a year ago. Like a year ago, both of my arms were empty, and now both of them are done.
Damn.
I know. So I'll wait and see. But the next tattoo I have in mind is a manga panel on my leg.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be like a sleeve of like multiple different manga panels, or a piece on my back which will just take up like the entire back piece. I don't even know yet. Like that, the wings again were supposed to be on my back, but then I was like, I got a lot of empty space back there, so I was like, let me just do that. Because you know, I always need a pair of wings to fly.
Hey. What got you into the tattoo industry?
Well, I would say was my connection with art and drawing. So one thing I think get to the other one. Eventually, I meet someone that's doing tattoos, and become a good friends. And I think it's the connection between my art and the tattoo start to connect in that moment. Because I remember very well the person said something about if you do a tattoo in people and put your drawing there, it's alive for the lifetime of the person. And that sounds, yeah, very good at the moment. And I was curious as well. I love to learn new stuff. And from there one, I just check out to see if it's possible and just keep it going.
With your art style, there's so many different art styles. There's like the Japanese art style, there's like the Western art style, and in particular there's also like an American type of art style. Since you're from Brazil, would you say you've implemented maybe like a South American type of art style, or have you adopted maybe the Western type of
I
tattoo?
would say none of those. My background is comics.
Okay.
So I start with Spider-Man, X-Men, copying the covers, no, draw on the top. So my background comes from drawing, sketching, and inking. And after that I get in contact with manga, all the anime generation, all this style, and I incorporate that. And actually that is my background, actually. So it's nothing with Brazil. Easter I would say yes, because the comic is, but it's going to Japan manga. And then after that I just start to follow good artists, different styles, and I incorporate I incorporate that in my art a lot, a lot. There's a lot influence of like inking and comics in my art. That is.
Why do you think that tattoos have become so popular?
Well, what's exactly what I was talking before, like big figures of our society start to have it and show. So at this moment, the normal people start to get used to see the people that they like or they follow and they love having tattoo and show me that as well. And I think what is the big points as well, and also maybe the change from the old school for more like illustrative, more like artistic. Um, yeah, I think that is make all the difference and change the way the industry see. You don't need any more hide so much like before, and tattoo gets, I think this point up, tattoo get something start to become something quite expensive, desired, and part of the look of some people as well, like change personality, empower, express. So it's keep more fashion actually, different styles.
Normally, like years ago, they would associate tattoos with criminals and people who didn't get good jobs, just like general things like that. Would you say that that stigma has been taken away, or do you still think it's still kind of associated with bad people? You know.
I think it evolved a lot, but of course you still have the old way to think. So depending of the culture, the person, it's I think it's seen as a bad thing, like a low class, like they say in the prison, you're someone that don't have, a job or something like outside of society. There is a lot to that, but with the tattoo change for something more fashion and artistic, it it starts to be more acceptable by the society. You have like manager, owners, CEOs that covering tattoo, and no one judging him then because doesn't affect the work. It's just something personal, you know. Doesn't doesn't care anymore this stigma. But I think it's still quite quite difficult where people accept. No, what you more see here is people saying, "Oh, my mom doesn't like, or my father doesn't like, oh, the people doesn't like, look me bad." But we can see that the industries change a lot. I could say like it's already turned up. Tattoo becoming quite expensive and quite artistic as well, and it helps us a lot because many times you see, oh, the people doesn't like tattoo, but when they saw with my tattoo, wow, they change their mind. They like, wow, that school is not like I expected, you know. So yeah, it's happening.
What's your plans for the future?
Quite dodgy actually. Well, the future is actually now. I live in my future right now. I start with a planning of 10 years. I'm almost 7 years already. So I'm collecting the fruits of the hard work, smart work, and let a lot of things behind. No, wasn't easy, and never I think gonna be easy, of course. If not, it's gonna be boring. But what I see, it's just this very traditional way to do the things. Need to be like that, that, and that, and that, and feel all this package. And I see many artists breaking this package and build the things in different way, and I am follow this line of thinking, to do something different. It's like I stick in my wall. London doesn't need another tattoo shop. It needs something more than that. Something that incorporates more, developing more, be more artistic, less commercial. The money is important, but I think for a good artist, the work, it's what's really, really, really matters. No, and if you do a good work, you're gonna have a good money. Of course, yes. No, if someone wanna pay good money for that. So in the future, it's open a tattoo studio, but in different way, with a different vision, different customer care. It's more focused in people and develop it. Don't be so dodgy with the people, like avoid to explain or say no or get every single thing. Be more like selective and more, how to say, instructive. You know, you can have a tattoo and know about all the process as well, and not just like, don't worry, I know what I'm doing, relax, and you go out from there without knowing nothing about the process, uh, what meaning or everything. But well, sometimes the people just wanna get a nice tattoo as well, so we can complain about that. But yeah, in the future is bright, I would say. Um, I would like to have a good project and work on that and see it develop it and get a bunch of artists that share the same ideas about that. Let's see what's happened. Let's see what's happened. Take time.
You were talking about earlier how one of the reasons why tattoos are so popular is because you have people in the public eye getting those tattoos. So, from this, would you say that tattoos have become more of a trend, or would you say that people are just realizing that, like, how special tattoos are?
That's a very complicated question because I would say tattoo is trending now. Yes, but it's not just about that. People get tattoos since you was in the caves. You know, it's like ritualistic. It's like a changing life, a memory, a status that you get, a transition in your life. This kind of memorable things that happen, and normally you like to let a mark on your body that remember that, or it's a memory of that, and so it's always gonna be there, you know, in different ways. Of course, the technology evolving a lot, but the artistic thing and the meaning always gonna be around you. And so I don't think it's gonna highlight in trending. I think it highlights more on people's mind. It's more like a culture, you know. It's I would say tattoo is like a cloth, a dressing thing, that express about yourself, the moments in your life, memories, tributes, how brave you are, to live with that and show that as well. So I think it's coming to stay.
Oh shit.
It's a minor, man.
Minor. So you've just finished your tattoo.
Woo.
How do you feel?
Bro, I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want to eat. I want to eat some food. But other than that, I'm feeling good though. I'm glad I got this done. I had the idea for it since student loan dropped in April. So yeah, I'm happy it's done. And now I just need to think of my next tattoo. Yeah.
With the situation now, so you have cling film around your arm. So can you not get it wet for a week, 2 weeks?
No, not even like that. So the way you want it to be is you don't want to get it wet. You can get it wet, sorry, but you don't want to have it so it's like, when you're in a bath and you your fingers go wrinkly like that. You don't want that to happen. So you want to just keep it more dry for like a week or two, just so it can heal up.
Okay. Yeah. But what made you get tattoos though in the first place?
I don't even know, you know. I don't even thinking back to it, I don't know. I think so I got my first tattoo when I was 17 and I was like, oh, I just thought it looked cool. So I was like, man, it does look cool. So I was like, let's get tattoos. But I remember the one of the main reasons I got it done is because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get tattoos as a remembrance of things that I find important in my life. So it's like, it sounds so nerdy to say, but I'm a fucking nerd. I got a One Piece tattoo done, and that was my first tattoo, and I was like, because anime will always have a special place in my heart. I always love it, and now I'm just like, yo, that tattoo would be fucking sick if I get it done. So I'm just like, why not? But then again, all of my tattoos really they all have meaning to it. It's just depending on how deep you really want to look into it or how deep you want me to explain it. More times than not, I really can't be asked to explain it. So I'm just like, I was just like, fuck it. One of my tattoos was like, fuck it.
Do you regret any? Since one of them was like, you know, it's just a random.
You know what? I don't. Let's say it's like a 40% regret, 50% regret. Okay. It's like you got the footage of that spider I have on my hip. I really do like that tattoo. The only thing I don't like about it is I wish the 9 was more visible.
Oh, okay.
So I wish the artist who did that was using more of the white space that I had. White space.
White
on a black and white.
White space.
Yeah, more using the space I had rather than making it some teeny tiny 9. I wanted you to be able to see it from a little distance, but other than that, it's whatever. It's not too visible, so.
If tattoos were not as popular, would you still get tattoos?
Of course. I probably would have had less, because if they weren't as accepted into the workplace culture nowadays, it's like I'm 21, I have a hand tattoo, like man cannot work in an office. Well, some office jobs, but nowadays with the more recent change, people don't really care anymore. But even if they weren't still prevalent, I think as long as they have special meaning to you, because what it really is, it's an expression of yourself that you just get done onto yourself. That's why I'm like, yeah.
Would you say that like tattoos, people could get tattoos as a form of like rebellion?
You can. I know one guy, you know him as well, got an anarchy tattoo on him. It doesn't seem too anarchistic, that word, you know. Yeah. But maybe he's a hidden rebel, so I don't know. I'm not him. I don't know why he got it, but people could be seen as rebellious. More maybe towards the past, actually. Nowadays, we're more of an accepting society, even though we have both sides of extreme right and extreme left wing. But yeah, I still think on a wider sense, genuinely, we are a more accepting society. I feel like with the questions you're asking me, I answer half of it and then I go off topic. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Obviously, you know, you've made another addition to the family. Would you say getting tattoos is starting to get a bit addictive, or?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. When you get your tattoos, it's like, so you get your first one and then you're like, oh, it looks pretty sick. You just look at it all the time and you're like, wow, it's amazing. And then like a week later, you're gonna be like, oh, I want to get another tattoo. You don't actually, you know what I'm saying, bro? Ask anyone who has a tattoo. They're like, the moment they get one, they're always like, oh, I want to get another one. Because I think it's always the fear of getting that first one, which holds a lot of people back from getting more. I'm not saying you have to get as many as I do, or as many, or as little as I do, or whatever. But it's all. But I feel like from the moment you get your first tattoo, you get rid of that negative connotation towards tattoos. If you know what I'm saying, maybe connotation isn't the right word, but do you know what I'm talking about? So, yeah. Man, literally forgot that question halfway through it. This is a problem. I'm speaking and I'm
go off on a tangent.
Yeah, today we had a quick session of 5 hours.
Imagine 5 hours is a quick session.
quick.
What's the longest you've been in the chair for?
Like 9 hours. It's stupid because I'm so lazy when it comes to waking up on time. Like I'll have to get to the shop for 11. I'll wake up at 10, and I'll go there, have a coffee, and I'll sit in that chair for 9 hours without eating or anything. You shouldn't do that. Fair warning, you shouldn't. But I'm just lazy when it comes to shit like that.
What age do you think you'll stop like just getting tattoos?
Never.
Never.
I feel like if I have an idea for a tattoo, I'll be like, yeah, let me get it. Like, yeah, literally, because I don't think I'll stop. If I have an idea and I have a space for it, I'll be like, let's get it. I'd like to get a face tattoo, but that's it. I gotta be a bit of money in the bank first. Yeah.
100%. Do you think you having tattoos could cause you to not get a job?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
For sure, but I think but then again, it's like this is my view. So you hear a lot of rappers say, "Oh, I get face tattoos because I don't want to live that life," but then they end up working at McDonald's or something like that. No offense to anyone working at McDonald's. respect the grind. But it's like I know for a fact I don't want to work in a job which won't accept me for who I am. So it's like, and these tattoos are a part of me now. They tell a story.
Yeah.
So it's like if I can't do that, then I don't really want to be doing it. So yeah.
Do you think you're kind of in a new community now, like the tattoo community? Now that
Yes. I'm not even trying to be like, yeah, I'm that tattoo guy now. I'm like you don't realize it, but the moment you get a tattoo, you draw so much more attention to yourself. And I'm not even trying to say anything so most of my tattoos are always hidden because everything other than my hand tattoo is always hidden. But because I have my hand tattoo, I see people staring at my hand on like tubes, public transport. Some people will come up and compliment me, be like, "Yo, that's nice." No one has ever said anything negative about it, but it's just people notice you a lot more because it's not blank. And blank's the normal. The normal is like you don't really see a lot of people with a lot of visible tattoos like that. It's like I'm not gonna say anything, but it's like girls will get tattoos on their ribs, but they're hidden. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a lot of people get tattoos, but they're always hidden. But once they're visible, that's when I feel like you start to draw a lot of attention to yourself.
So, do you think that you have to be? Do you think you have to have a certain amount of confidence within yourself to get tattoos?
Yeah, you know what? I shook my head at the start because I heard that question. I was like, what? But then yeah, you do because some people get a tattoo because maybe they're following a trend or something like that, and they're like, yo, this tattoo just looks cool. But then you have to have the confidence to actually wear your tattoo. You have to be able to show it off, if you know what I'm saying. It's like it's a certain type of confidence that some people just don't have. Maybe it's also a type of fear. Some people are afraid of needles. That's why they don't want to get a tattoo. Like I have a friend who had his tattoo done, finished, and designed, and then he was supposed to get in the chair. Walked out. It wasn't with Fernando, with another guy, but yeah, just walked out. So it's like maybe that's fear, or maybe just doesn't have the confidence to rock the tattoo. But no.
Do you think that you getting tattoos? So think of yourself before, basically age 17, before you got your first tattoo, and think of yourself like now. Do you think you've changed? So do you think tattoos have changed you, altered your personality?
Well, that's a fair question. You know what? I'm gonna answer that question yes, because it's like with certain tattoos I have, they have different meaning to me and based on who they actually like are, if you know what I'm saying. Not who they are, but like what they are. It's like this tattoo of the Adam and the Adam and God and whatever. It like the original reminder for me was it's like God's in his heaven and all's right with the world, but it gets deeper than that because you have the option of free will, so it's always reminding you that you always have that choice. Because even if you look into the symbolic meaning of the Adam where the fingers are touching, God's fingers fully extended, while Adam's the last point of it isn't, which is the human choice of either having to choose to take God into your life, so you can extend the finger, or have it unextended, retracted, have it have it retracted and have the free will of doing something else. But I forgot the question, but yeah.
So you have a lot of like anime reference.
Yeah, all of my tattoos are anime. All except for one, which me and my friend
the heaven, not heaven, the heaven and
that's the
wings, no?
No, wings are still anime reference.
Oh.
Everything except for the smiley face I have on me is an anime reference. So you start with One Piece up here.
Yeah.
My Neon Genesis Evangelion down here.
Mm-hmm.
Tower of God down right this one.
Oh.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
I don't know what went wrong. Got the dragon from Tokyo Revengers, which was originally supposed to be a lot simpler design, but then I was like, you know what? I don't want to just have a Sharpie dragon on me. And Fernando was like, let me just fuck around and make something great, like he always does, so he did. And then you have the tiger, which is Demon Slayer, Bleach, Yin Yang. So it's like, because obviously don't quote me on this, Chinese mythology, there's the dragon, it's either Chinese or Japanese, don't quote me. But there's the dragon which symbolizes the dragon and the tiger, yin and yang, earth and heaven, I'm pretty sure. So I have dragon and the tiger. But even on the sun, I have the yin and yang symbol in there. And there's, if you look around the tiger, you probably can't see it because my arms are all wrapped, but fucking, if you look around the tiger, you will see swords of different anime characters. I got Ichigo, Rengoku, no, Tanjiro, sorry, Inosuke, Zoro, the goat, and just a couple other like things in the title. It's also a reference to Fire Force as well.
Really?
Yeah,
it's all the flames.
Yeah, so it's not even like that. So I'm not sure if they've done this in the anime yet, because I kind of stopped watching after like halfway through season 1. But in the manga, there's a scene where Benimaru has the sun around him, and it's like, I don't know, Nichiri Irin, some bullshit, whatever the move's called, but it's literally like a very traditional Japanese sun, and I like that design, so I was like, fuck it, let me just get that. And another reason why I wanted the sun was because of, like I said earlier, Demon Slayer, where the character of Rengoku, he has a, his quote is set your heart ablaze, which is just be like, find enjoyment in set your heart on fire with the passion that you're doing. So find a hobby to set your heart ablaze. So that's what the sun's always there for. It's always to remind me to set my heart ablaze. Don't be doing something I wouldn't want to be doing in life, if you know what I'm saying. So set my heart ablaze. Tiger just looks kind of cool. So yeah.
Are tattoos just a trend? I guess we'll never really know. There are arguments for it and arguments against it. But one thing for sure is that it's here and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But what would you say? Do you think it's just a trend? Or do you think it's something more?
School. That was my first tattoo. That literally, 17 years old, went to some guy's house. Was like, hey, can I get a tattoo? And he's like, yeah, man, feel free.